Hello Sunderers, I hope you're having a really amazing day. The house is actually quiet, so I'm just trying to get this recorded really quickly before my dad starts the dishwasher or my mum turns on the Hoover. Inktober is nearly upon us. I felt so confident a few weeks ago thinking that I had plenty of time, and suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, I've only got 10 days. Though I have got ideas for the sketches. In the last video we did brainstorming, bought art materials and did some rough sketches, so you can check it out if you are interested. I'll leave the link in the description. Today in this video I'm going to be procrastinating and drawing pictures inside my sketchbook that have nothing to do with the main prompts because I'm really quite scared to start the actual sketches. I'm going to be using Winsor & Newton ink, which I really have no experience with. I am a watercolour girl. I guess I just don't want it to go wrong, but I've got to get this mentality away because the moment I start sketching, I will not care about it. It's, I think there's like some psychology hack. They say that the part of your brain that lights up when you're going to be in pain also lights up when you have to do something new. So I'm procrastinating by drawing random pages in my sketchbook because I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to do the Inktober picture, but of course I do. So I'm just going to sit down, I'm just going to do it. But first I will just procrastinate a little bit. I'm really pleased with how this is turning out. And the moment I kind of started it, I thought, yeah, I got this, Inktober, I've got this. I'm not gonna overthink this. I'm not gonna think, oh, can I do it or not? I'm just gonna draw. This is for fun. This is for fun. And I love it. I love drawing so much. Finn is actually 17, and as my mum said, he looks like a man here, but at least he looks handsome, that's the main thing. And then we've got Lark, who always looks about 12 years old, even though she too is 17. Oh yeah, sorry, Finn's 18. I was enjoying drawing this so much that I actually dreamt about my sketchbook. I dreamt that water had got spilt on it and the canvas was lifting off and it was all warped, and I was like, no! And I woke up so relieved that that hadn't happened. But then, at lunchtime in real life, I picked up my sketchbook and water had got spilled on it and it was warping just like my dream. So that is why the corner of my book is all wrinkled now. My dream came true, but not in a way that I hoped. But I think I've procrastinated enough. Okay, I'm going to start it. I'm going to start the first page. I'm really excited for the Inktober prompts because I'm going to be basing it completely on my novel Dunkirk, The Broken Island. I've got my materials and they also represent something in the book. So I've got black and white, which represents the darkness and the fear on the island. And we have gold, which I'm going to paint throughout, which represents the hope and how sometimes we need the darkness to find the light. There are two main characters in the book. We've got Finn, who is tormented by everybody he's lost. He is trapped on this evil island that likes to kill everybody and trap people. And he just wants to be in the dark. He wants to forget everything. The light is painful for him. But then we've got happy, optimistic Lark, who decides I am going to save him whether he wants it or not. And she is just all about sunshine and light, but she also has a very dark past she is hiding from, and so she hates it when it gets dark. And I just kind of like the contrast of light and dark, because in the past, in literature, dark is always represented by the bad and light is the good. But in my book, light also represents pain and dark represents comfort. But anyway, I'm going way too deep. We're talking, we're drawing. Okay, so let's do the sketchbook. Oh my gosh, I struggled with her face so much because she kept ending up, first of all she looked strange, then she looked like she was about 6 years old and she's meant to be 17. And oh, why does Finn always end up like a man or a child, but nobody can just end up at the right age? It's very frustrating, but hopefully I'll learn to improve that doing the Inktober challenge. And the other thing I've decided that I'm going to be adding in the book are hands. So I started sketching out a picture of the main characters, Finn and Lark, and they are just looking very dramatic in a heroic pose. And then I was thinking, what shall I do? I always draw like lightning spiraling down, but I thought, oh, it'd be really cool if you had like hands, because I've been trying to get better at drawing hands over the last few years. But I really like this hand in the top right hand corner because I feel like as the author, I'm responsible for my character's suffering. So here I come with my pencil and my terrifying hand. I like that. And now for day 2, it's the spiders. On the evil island of Dunkirk, in a cabin on the beach, lives Bern the outcast. He just wants to be allowed to suffer and be hated with his alcohol, and he lives there with a little, big, giant house spider or cabin spider called Bob. Bob literally has a few lines in the book. Well, he doesn't have lines because he doesn't speak, but he's referred to a few times. He runs over somebody's hand, he sleeps in somebody's hair. But I do really like the beginning bit where Lark crash lands into poor Bern's, the outcast's cabin with all her joy and happiness, and she realises that there's this giant spider living in the cabin, and so she says, I fed the bats and I put little offerings of fish in Bob the cabin spider's web in the hope that he wouldn't crawl into my mouth in the night. So this is the scene where she is doing exactly that. The next prompt was path, and I wasn't really sure what to do with this. At first I was imagining like one of the paths on the island, but then I thought, well, there's a scene in the book where they talk about Finn says, my path would have been dark without Lark's light. I thought maybe we have like a picture of Finn and he's in the corner, and then Lark is like maybe down a glowing path or something. And I was going to do it as a transition that he looks over his shoulder at Lark's light and he doesn't want to be touched by it at all. He wants to live in the dark. But then we have him sitting up and looking and reaching out. But then I kind of just liked him on the left like that. I thought, oh, maybe with a hand again. And we have Lark's hand coming down, holding out a little candle to him. But what I actually ended up doing was putting Lark inside the hand from the sky, and is offering her hand to Finn, and I'm really pleased with how this turned out. A while ago I watched the most amazing hand video here on YouTube by Draw Like a Sir, and the artist Marcel, it's called How to Draw Hands in 10 Minutes, and from then on I felt like I had courage going forth and drawing hands. For dodge, I've gone with the hands again, and I had decided that I was going to have Lark trapped in her nightmares with her nemesis's hands coming down towards her, which I did do, but then I suddenly decided to draw his face to the side, and as I was drawing the floorboard she was lying on, I thought, oh, would it be too dramatic to have like a pool of blood? Which I'm glad I didn't do, because that was way too dark. And instead I drew his hand underneath her, and it's like he's holding her up, and it's really kind of creepy that, you know, my Instagram page where I do all my pet portraits, happy portraits, is so bright and happy, because that is who I am. I am really bright and happy and positive person, but there's also this other side of me that just loves exciting programs and dramatic books, and you know, it's not a dark side of me really, because I'm not really like that. I am a snowflake who can't even watch the horror movie trailers, but I suppose some of the book does get a bit dark. It's okay though, because I'm the author and I'm controlling it. It's just funny how there's those two sides of me, and it's fun to explore in the art as well. But I am mostly happy. Map is, it doesn't feel very inspired at the moment. I have, I just did these one pencil and one little curled up map, creating an X like X marks the spot over the island. Then what was the next prompt? Golden? Yeah, golden. So I spoke about this in the last video, that I was going to be doing this scene where Finn lies on a rock and shows Lark that he is broken, and just because you can't see it doesn't mean that he isn't, and he shows her this rock, his favourite rock, giant one that you can lie on, that's broken, and he shows her that he has the exact scars through his own stomach, and she puts gold ochre through those scars and says, yeah, well, in Japan, when something breaks, they fix it with gold lacquer, and they say that the piece is more beautiful for having been broken. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this. And then drip, my favourite. I was so excited doing this, so I'll just leave the original audio as I chatted to myself while I drew. For drip, I was originally going to have like the floorboards with water dripping down them, but when I came to it I was thinking, oh, I don't know how to do the perspective, and I was tired because it was the end of the day, so I could have just waited for tomorrow, but I suddenly started drawing Finn in profile and it went well, so I thought, oh yeah, I know, let's have some rain coming off his face, and I wanted to have him holding something because of the hands. And in the book they to thank Finn for saving her life, Lark makes him a little origami bird, but unfortunately it doesn't go very well and she ends up kind of throwing it at him. But he keeps it, and there's a point when he's having like a panic attack later on in the book and she realises that he's holding on to this little bird even though he says he doesn't care. And then to apologise for something that he did, he makes Lark a little paper aeroplane. So I thought it would be really cool if they had this transition, and she's looking at the aeroplane and he's looking at the bird, and I'm just really, really happy with this page. It feels like a little anime, the face, which I like. I do like it. And then we've got... oh yeah, so I started drawing this, kind of looks like she's poking him in the tummy, and he looks like he's made of like paper. But I think I might really do this one as a little comic scene because there's quite a lot to it and I'm not quite happy with that yet. I'm sorry my fingers look pink, I was just eating some beetroot rice cakes and they stained my fingers pink. And I've been keeping the left side of the sketchbook for like all the sketches, and it's actually really fun to see how my ideas turn into this. Finally, we've got little Lark with her toad, the acid frog that she finds on the beach. She doesn't realise that it's about to spout acid all over her poor hands. I really, really like doing this. Sorry about the food. I love to eat spinach for breakfast and feel really strong like Popeye. But, you know, when I was doing YouTube videos, I thought, oh, I'll make it nice and aesthetic and I'll have it with a nice background, and no, I can't do that. I can't sit at a desk and draw. I want to draw in bed. I want to draw while I eat my breakfast, so you'll just have to come along and have my breakfast in the picture as well. It's just who I am. It's just chaos and crazy, but that's how I like it. And finally, which I've been doing this morning, oh my god, it's still only number 9, is Bounce, which is baby Kit, the little baby that gets washed up on the island, and he is just the cutest little baby with red hair, and he has eyes that Finn describes as, it was like a child of Medusa had caught my eyes and he couldn't look away, and he completely changes his life and probably destiny by choosing to save this baby, which you can read more about in the book if you'd like. It's available on Kindle Unlimited, but you can also get a paperback or a ebook from Amazon. Dunkirk, The Broken Island by Kitty Sonder. Sorry, that was the ad break. And that's where I'm up to, so I better put this video together because I've got 20 more prompts or so to sketch out by, oh my god, it's the 27th of September. Am I doomed? No, I'm not doomed. I will just work hard. The reason I actually haven't done as many is because I've been working on my pet portraits. I've been doing a calendar, designing 12 pages, 150 pets in 5 weeks, but I just got that sent off yesterday, so I'm good to go. I'm gonna go now and finish a commission and then carry on with the Inktober. But I just love putting these videos together so much. I love chatting about the art and sharing the ideas. So let me know if you're doing Inktober, and if you're not, let me know if if you watch this video and you're not doing Inktober, thank you. And thank you for watching it, full stop. I'll see you in the next video.